Given the recent curriculum and special education audits, what ideas do you have to improve achievement?
Improvement requires consistent goals and then a way to measure those goals. Unfortunately, the results of our most recent audit suggest that our district isn't currently doing that. We need to start by ensuring that the benchmarks that we've set are clear and consistent across the entire district, and that needs to be for every subject, in every grade level, and at every school. I think if we start by identifying what we're doing well, it'll help us to better identify where those gaps are. Once we know what those gaps are, we can give our educators the skills that they need and really trust their talent to be able to help us to fill those individual gaps that are out there.
Hi, I'm Mary Jo Randall. The question is, given the recent curriculum and special education audits, what ideas do you have to improve achievement? So the board has a critical oversight role to play in this area. When you read the curriculum, instruction, and assessment audit, you can see that board policies are the main driver of the outcomes. I wasn't surprised by the findings that Dr. Means talked about in his board presentation, specifically that we already have good policies and processes in place that haven't been followed in recent years. I completely agree with him that over time we've created a solid instructional framework that's proven successful. Current policies need to be reviewed in accordance with the audit findings, but the most important thing is that the board needs to get back to setting expectations and providing oversight. That's how we start improving student achievement. I've reviewed the student services and special ed audit results, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming public presentation, possibly at the April 11th school board meeting. And if elected, I plan to be involved with the special education community in making much needed changes.
Fixing the gaps in special education and our overall curriculum goes back to my goal of creating more equity among our learners. The gaps in special education are not new and have been plaguing the district for years. Engaging the families who utilize the special education resources needs to be a top priority if we're to move forward and improve. These families have been very vocal about the gaps, but little to no action has been taken. Seeing the trends in our DPI scorecard slide backwards over the last few years needs to be a wake-up call. Our curriculum gaps can be addressed by creating more challenging and engaging curriculum for our learners, specifically in the areas where we see the most opportunity. That's English language arts and math. Engaged students become harder working students. We can also do more to engage the parents. Getting parents more involved will create more accountability and foster a more welcoming environment.
We've been asked as candidates, what would we do about the curriculum and special education issues? The school board has really one job, which is to hire the superintendent. We just hired Superintendent Means. We need to provide him with the resources that he feels he needs to get our curriculum back in shape and to get our student services area back in shape as well. So that is basically how we do it. We hire the right guy, he's the manager, or the right woman, she's the manager, and then we have to have some kind of accountability protocol.
The recently completed curriculum audit and special education and student services audit offer information that provides a lot of opportunities for improvement in the district. If you have the chance, I would encourage you to go ahead and read those reports. What I would like to see is a renewed focus on student engagement. There's a lot of compelling information if you do a Google search on student engagement and academic achievement. I'd like to see the district develop some metrics to correlate engagement of students to their academic achievement as a means of identifying where the district could fill in gaps to help students out in improving their academic achievement. I'd also like to see a committee formed for special education. This would be a special committee of the school board. I'm offering my time, if elected, to serve on that board. Every special committee requires a board rep. The special education community has been asking and bringing great ideas forth to the school board and the district for quite some time now, and their requests have been ignored, unfortunately. The committee would have stakeholders, staff, parents, community members that would offer ideas on how we can improve on the things we're doing well to get the results that we need to see in our district. Those are the two things that I would like to see focused on as a result of the recently completed audits. Thank you.
The second question, given the recent curriculum and special education audits, what ideas would you have to improve achievement? This is something that really drives my purpose for being on the school board, is making sure every kid has an excellent education in our schools. One, it takes a lot of opportunity for self-reflection, for focus, for data analysis, and for driving constant change and innovation. So a couple of things that I would say out of the special education audit. One, we need to make sure we have great communication between districts, teachers, and families. We need to make sure that there's opportunities for collaboration, that families don't have to be proactively advocating, but we're working with and giving opportunities for every kid to have an excellent education. And coherence, that things that are happening in every school that are working are happening across the system, and it's an opportunity for every child to be supported and successful. The second one is the curriculum audit, that we're using the vision for a graduate of TOSA schools across all areas of the curriculum, and to be thinking about and driving what we're doing. That we have a curriculum renewal and design process that's in place, looking at every 5 to 7 years, that our curriculum is relevant, engaging, and exciting for all of our kids. And that we have system-wide metrics, that we're as a board and as a community able to see what's working and what's not, and we're investing in resources, driving things that are successful to helping every kid learn to the greatest of their ability in the classroom.